What is up, everybody? Welcome into the show. You're watching the San Francisco 49ers Report. Chase Senior here with you. And as always, no matter where you are, how you're tuned in, thank you so much for making today's show a part of your day. Happy Saturday. And I hope all of you are having a phenomenal weekend. Coming up here on the show, Fred Warner coming back for the NFL playoffs. We talked about this yesterday, but there are more signs that he could come back for the postseason for the Niners. We have some major Bears injury news, which could give the Niners a big break on Sunday Night Football. This player needs to step up for this Niners defense tomorrow night. And is the 49ers offense peaking at the right time? All of that is coming your way. A programming reminder, we will be live for a Bears-Niners watch party tomorrow night. We go live for every single Niners game, in addition to giving you elite Niners content every single day year round. Long form shows, short form videos, live shows, watch parties. We're doing it all. So lock us in, hit that subscribe button, and join the movement today. So yesterday we talked about how John Lynch was on the radio, and he said that because Fred Warner is so ahead of schedule with his rehab coming off of that ankle dislocation and ankle fracture, that the Niners are reassessing whether or not he could come back if the Niners are in the NFL playoffs making a little bit of a run. And then there's this from Ian Rappaport here today to kind of double down on that. He said Niners star linebacker Fred Warner is ahead of schedule following ankle surgery, and a return for the NFC Championship game and beyond is possible. The Niners just need to get there. Mike Garafolo saying this, a return deep into the playoffs is possible for All-Pro linebacker Fred Warner. The number one seed and a bye would go a long way toward making this a stronger possibility. Couple of things here. What a storyline this would be. Fred Warner has been rehabbing several hours a day just to have the hope and the possibility of coming back for a playoff game. Can you imagine the ovation that he'll get at Levi's Stadium if he runs out of that tunnel? He is the face of the franchise, in my opinion. Consummate pro, unbelievable leader on and off the field. He would give this defense a huge boost, not as a pass rusher, but in coverage against the run, putting players in a position to succeed. He's kind of like a defensive coordinator on the field. How he's able to read and react, make impactful plays, and what a thing for this Niners team to rally around and to play for, given how beloved he is. Niners as a team right now could be saying, yo, we beat the Bears on Sunday night. We beat Seattle in week 18. We get the number one seed and home field advantage in the NFC playoffs. That means if we keep winning, we don't have to travel anywhere because Super Bowl 60 is at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. And if we keep winning, number 54 could come back. And if we keep winning, we could potentially get Fred Warner a Super Bowl ring to kind of top off what has already been a Hall of Fame career. The incentives here for this Niners team to try to get Fred Warner back on the field, it's a fun story to root for. I hope we see it. Fred Warner is my favorite Niner of all time, even ahead of Jerry Rice. Just a special, special player and person that the Niners could get back. And it's looking as though if the Niners keep winning, it could be a reality. As for the Bears injury report here, this is a banged up Chicago team coming into Levi's Stadium, and something that myself and Harrison Graham, our Bears host, talked about in our Niners Bears preview, the rest advantage that the Bears have in this game. They played on Saturday against the Packers last week, won that game thanks to the Iceman, Caleb Williams, and Chicago's offense going on a crazy run at the end of the game, and then winning the game in overtime off of one of the most beautiful throws that you could ever witness and imagine from Caleb Williams to DJ Moore. The Niners played on Monday night, East Coast time zone in Indianapolis. They didn't get back until the wee hours of what would have been Tuesday morning. It's Christmas week. And so the Bears had a couple days ahead of the Niners to get ready for this San Francisco game. This Niners coaching staff probably got back, went right back to work after pulling close to an all-nighter. The coffee was brewing. The Adderalls were being popped. And even the players didn't have much of an opportunity to kind of reset coming off that Indy game because it was a very short week. So the Bears have that built-in advantage. It's not a familiar opponent either, but the Bears are also pretty banged up going into this game, and they could be without some marquee players. So already, defensive back Nick McCloud is out. Rome Odunze, their really good young wide receiver, is out due to his lingering foot injury. And then these players are all questionable. Defensive back Josh Blackwell, defensive back Nahshon Wright, who leads the NFL in turnovers produced this year. He's dealing with hamstring and illness issues. TJ Edwards glute, CJ Gardner-Johnson knee, Luke Newman with the foot. Those are some really important players to the Bears operation. And Darnell Wright, their really good right tackle, did not travel with the team to Santa Clara, flying into San Jose. He's dealing with an illness, and he too is questionable. This is already a Niners team that can't get after the quarterback. If Darnell Wright is out, that's a big break for San Francisco. This Niners offense, which we're about to talk about, humming right now, playing unbelievable lights out football. If the Bears are without CJ Gardner-Johnson, Nahshon Wright, TJ Edwards, that's 3 starters right there. So this is worth monitoring going into this game and could end up having some pretty big implications in this football game on Sunday night. All right, this player needs to step up for the Niners tomorrow. Darrell Luter Jr., Renardo Green, number 2 corner opposite of Diamador Lenore, going to be out again due to his neck injury, which has been lingering for quite a while. And so without Renardo Green last week against the Colts, Darrell Luter Jr. did play, making his second start of the year. He played 100% of the Niners snaps at outside corner. And there were some ups, there were some downs. He finished with 6 tackles, a pass breakup, and he was targeted a lot. Gave up some explosive plays downfield, but held up pretty well. And Kyle Shanahan said this about Darrell Luter Jr. I thought he had done a really good job. I thought he played really well. I know they got him on those PI calls. The one before the half was a joke, by the way. I probably disagreed with one of them. It's probably one Shanahan is talking about. And Shanahan added, I thought he was pretty good in coverage. How about this, though? I thought he did really well in the run game. His 2 big run stops where he got to the corner, and if he doesn't make that tackle, those plays could have gone for big chunks. And the run defense was really good on the night, Shanahan added. But if those runs got past Darrell Luter Jr., they may have had 2 carries for 40, 50 plus yards if Darrell Luter wasn't there. So obviously the PI calls aren't great. Giving up explosive plays downfield, not great. But he did make some plays on the football, made some good plays against the run. That's what you ask for from a backup corner who doesn't have a ton of experience out there making a second start. This Bears receiving core, even without Rome Odunze, it's a really good one. This Ben Johnson offense, it's dynamic, it's electric, especially in the run game. So playing against the run and holding up in the secondary, once again, going to be big for Darrell Luter Jr. and the rest of this Niners secondary tomorrow night. Is the Niners offense peaking at the right time? I think it is. And what a time for the offense to peak like this. And I think this might be Kyle Shanahan's best coaching job of his career. But this Niners offense, if they could pass the ball like this, paired up with an already really good historically running game, this could be the best iteration of this Kyle Shanahan scheme and offense, especially when Brock Purdy is playing as efficient as he's playing. The Niners are the first team in NFL history to score 80-plus points and not punt once in a 2-game span. How about that? And this Niners offense over the last few weeks has been on a tear. 49 points against the Colts. They haven't punted since November 30th in that game against the Browns. They scored 37 against the Tennessee Titans prior to that Colts game. They scored, 28-29 against Cleveland. They scored 34 against the Giants, 41 against Arizona. And 86 combined points, to be precise, in the last 2 games. A lot of that has been because of Brock Purdy playing excellent. And he's kept the ball out of harm's way since that three interception in the first half performance against Carolina. Since then, efficient game against Cleveland, efficient game against Tennessee, efficient game against the Colts, the best of his career. 5 touchdowns, career high for him. First Niners quarterback to do it since Steve Young. And the running game has been a lot better of late too. I thought that from a lanes opening up standpoint and room to run point of view, Christian McCaffrey and the Niners had their best running game of the season against the Colts on Monday night. So often this year, McCaffrey has had nowhere to go, which is why his yards before contact numbers have been down so much. But McCaffrey runs for $117 last week. And so that combined with an efficient pass game, yeah, this Niners offense is peaking at the right time. And because of that, this Niners team, very scary going into the dance. All right, just wanted to talk some Niners on this Saturday afternoon. Appreciate all of you for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We'll be live tomorrow night. Bears, Niners in the spotlight. Sunday Night Football. I cannot wait for it. So we'll see you then. Peace.